Joe down the street is looking to start a business. What does cash flow mean to that person? What is cash flow?
There's a difference between cash flow and carrying costs and a concept that we call the cash gap. Cash flow is just going to mean the cash that they have on hand and cash that's coming in. So it's not just having an accounts receivable. It's not cash equivalents. Cash is cash. Cash means when somebody actually paid you for something. So if you have net 30 on your collections, people can wait 30 days before they legally have to pay you with no penalty. People that do government bids, often they're 45 to 60 days to pay. And often when they're getting those contracts, they're getting them from somebody that's subcontracting the work to them. So literally you're looking at 60 to 90 day cash gap. And during that time, you have to pay rent. You have to make payroll. You have to pay utilities. You have to pay for gas and fuel. You have to pay for your phone bills and your cell phone bills. And you have all these extra expenses that are absent in their analysis. They leave these things out because they're thinking vertically. They're thinking, well, rent for this month is X and payroll for this month is X, and that's it. And that I'm going to sell and I'm going to make money this month. And if I make money this month, then I will make a 20% profit if it's $100,000. Well, what if you're not getting paid for 3 months and your overhead is $20,000? Maybe you need to price that at $160,000. Or you have to have $60,000 line of credit. But either way, you made a big financial planning mistake. So that's the example of what I'm talking about.
So when people run into that type of a situation, is that because their business is not profitable or it's because they lack the cash flow? And what if they don't have a line of credit? What does that do? Is that a reason that basically they think they're not profitable, but maybe because they're waiting on the money and then they can't pay their bills and now it's just the cash flow crunch? What can they do?
It's different for every client. A lot of the clients that we see that have this problem, one of the typical things that we see is that they didn't price their products properly because they were selling on price. They made their unique proposition. It's just like Walmart, but cheaper. You're not going to beat Walmart on price. I've worked with people that are running retail stores where they're doing hardware supply. A hardware supply store that has a Lowe's and a Home Depot open near them must pivot their business to a different niche market. Because they're not going to win on price. They're going to lose on price. Where they're going to win is if they're doing a type of service that's more customizable. The reason people like Crate and Barrel do really good against Walmart is they're just targeting a different key demographic. People that are more affluent, that want higher quality goods and services or perceived higher quality goods and services with much better service. And they're willing to pay extra for that. Pivoting a small mom and pop hardware store to something that's more of a boutique hardware store is the way that they can compete with a Home Depot or a Lowe's. If they don't do that, people are just going to buy on price and they're just going to be put out of business.